This is Realty Talk with Ellie and Gaelan. Welcome to episode 35 of the Realty Talk with
Ellie
and Gaelan. The SD card said it wasn't working, so we wanted to make sure it was working, but I think it is good now, so you guys will actually hear this. I told Ellie that the top 10 episodes, this is between Realty Talk and the Gaelan Trombley show, the 8 out of the top 10 are Realty Talk.
That's crazy.
Which is good because, it's just good. But I think that because we like talking about real estate, and I think people are listening, which is cool. And I think people are actually listening not locally, which is cool.
That's even cooler.
Yeah, so it's spreading out, spreading like wildfire. But Ellie, give us any kind of good update, anything new, exciting?
I have a closing next Monday.
Number
3.
Yeah, look at that.
3 out of the 12 that I wanted.
Well, what did I say? What did I say beginning of the year?
You said 6.
6. So you're almost halfway to my goal.
I'm not even to 6.
That's all right. You're almost to my halfway goal, which is, again, folks, as I said, real estate is not the easiest thing to get into in year one, and Ellie has been doing extremely well. And
with my 3.
I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with that. That's good.
But yeah,
was that your USDA direct one?
No, that one. I'm actually pretty sure that one's been going quite well. So I think the appraisal's coming in. Provided the appraisal goes well, I do not think there will be any other hiccups. Because it's an estate, and well, anyways, it's been going surprisingly well, and my client is really amazing and willing to jump through all the USDA hoops.
I think as long as clients are reasonable, and I had this conversation this morning, and I said that as long as everybody's trying to do this same exact deal, we're all trying to go to the same point, is we want to transfer the property over to somebody.
Yep.
And as long as everybody's cool with that, which everybody is, we're all working for the same goal. Just work together.
Yeah.
Don't try to,
don't be skeevy.
Well, that, and don't try to one up somebody or get something on the buyer or get something on the seller, or if you have agents or attorneys or people that have big egos, it's we're all trying to do the same thing. Let's just work amicably and try to get that done.
It's a team sport, not a single player.
So it's just something that always bothers me. But I think as long as, like I said, the clients are reasonable and just understand that it is a long process and there's a lot of moving parts. And my friend Philip, who was on the he was on the Gaelan Trombley show, which if you guys want, he's a very good realtor out western New York, and he said a good line. He goes, attorneys and lenders do not work for me. Attorneys and banks and stuff like that, which makes sense. We're trying to get everything done, but we're everybody's moving and we're trying to get things organized and done. But there's a lot of people that we rely on.
Yeah.
If I could just close deals, it'd be great. I would make sure the deals close fast. But there's people that we have to rely on, and they are also working on multiple deals. And it's just things have to kind of keep slowly working the way to the finish line, and they will.
You have to stay on top of it too, because it's easy, I think, for some people to close or get something under contract and then just kind of, all right, on to the next thing. And you have to stay on top, stay in communication with people about what's going on.
And the hard part, as luckily we talked about in the last episode, Nicole works here and she's our closing coordinator, and she's very on the ball. And my thing is I just don't have enough time in the day. That's why we have her, because I'm running around doing a bunch of stuff. And like I said, right now I have the most homes pending that I've ever had in my career. But in order to do all that, I need Nicole. I can't close those all on my own, or otherwise literally I would do nothing all day long. I would just be working on closing deals, and then all of a sudden once they close, okay, now I can start helping other people buy homes.
Yeah.
So we have it set up that way, but there's a lot going on, and one of my things I've always tried to really pay attention to is figure out how can we improve communication. And that's something I'm constantly working on, and most clients are very good. There's some clients that reach out quite often, and we're always trying to figure out how can we combat that, where if they're calling for follow-up, how do we almost be too proactive on follow-up, or not follow-up, but updates and stuff. But again, real estate is, and I think today's day and age, people want things quick. And I'm well, some updates realistically are 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, depending on where we're on the process. So some, I try to tell people hey, we won't know anything for 2 weeks, minimum 2 weeks. We're waiting on an appraisal to come back. We have this or that going on. And, if they call in a week, it's like, guys, remember the conversation a week ago? But, people are excited. They want to move in. And, so I'm also sympathetic to that, too, that people looking for updates are, just more probably excited to move. And it's stressful. I mean, you're moving and it's talking like coordinating and logistics of getting to this house and to that house. But
right now, just because, I'm not as busy as you are with real estate stuff, I try, if I have something under contract, to talk with them at least once a week and just say, check in and see how you doing. Do you have any questions? This is what we're waiting on right now. This is where we are. That's
one a week's like my bare minimum I try, and it's the same as I try to reach out. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can here and there, but Nicole's been the one. A lot of times it's just like, hey, Nicole, can you reach out to them? It's not that I don't want to. It's just I literally don't have time to make a couple extra calls.
You're doing 3 people's work right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm wearing a lot of different hats right now, but I'm like the sales part. That's my what I excel at. Like all the paperwork and I can do it, but it's not going to be done as quick because if I'm doing all that stuff, which is what most agents do, I just can't do it. But if I can go out and just help people buy and sell, I want to put all my energy into that and negotiating, getting your offer accepted and finding a home. And then Nicole is extremely good at the rest of the stuff. And I trust, you don't want me doing all that. You want her to do it because she's gonna be doing a much better. I say she's much more efficient and quicker than anything I would be able to do. So that's definitely a benefit of that. Do you want to just talk about follow up today on the
we might as well. We haven't even gotten to our topics yet.
We had some topics. I just don't want to stay too late. But
we'll just stick with follow up.
So the follow up idea. So we'll scratch this and we'll put it to next week. So cliffhanger. But no, the follow up thing is, and a friend told me this a while ago. He said that an outbound call takes 2 minutes, an inbound call takes 20. Now, there's a little exaggeration on that, but it's not far off. Meaning, if somebody calls me asking for an update, it could easily be 10, 15, 20 minutes. And a lot of it is just, you're repeating yourself multiple times. Or if you can be proactive and say, hey, listen, this is for the follow-up, and you're kind of catch them on their toes, be like, oh, okay, great, cool.
And usually they're busy, so they're not going to try and hang on to you.
Exactly, because you're calling them on your time. So that's kind of a productivity hack, and I've tried to do that. And again, that's one of my goals. And we're always working at this. And I have a couple things I'm working on now that I think are lacking in our company, but I think the real estate industry too. And I'm trying to work on those. Because the good thing is, as I've been doing this more, I find more inefficiencies within not just myself or the office, but real estate in general in our area. And I think is behind the times in certain aspects. And there's certain things that I'm trying to almost try to put into play and make it more commonplace versus, going to, doing, I guess, extra work or things that are just not efficient. Like we only have so many hours in the day. So I'm very big on trying to pack as much as I can in, but not try to minimize my time wasting. I'll pick on Phil again. Phil, I know you're listening. Shout out, buddy. But he said that over there, one of the things they do is they go to appraisals and home inspections.
Yeah.
I've never been to an appraisal in my life. Full disclosure, 9 years in, I've never been.
Yeah.
And home inspections, the way I look at home inspections, I could go sit around for 2.5 to 3 hours at a home inspection, but to me, it's on the buyer. So the buyer, have the buyer go to the home inspection, meet the home inspector, because it really comes down to the buyer's expectations. If the buyer looks at the report, it's like, we're good, then we're good.
Yeah.
And I can't change anything at a home inspection. If the outlet doesn't work, it doesn't work. If something's not the code, it's not the code. I can't, just because I'm there, I'm not going to fix it.
Yeah.
Yes, could I be there and have a little better idea of what a problem is? Potentially, but I've seen so many home inspection reports now, and I've dealt with that so many times that to me, going and spending that time is a complete waste of time for me, in the sense that I trust the home inspector. He's going to do his job. The same thing with the appraiser. I'll let the appraiser go do their job. I trust that they can get the job done without me babysitting or holding their hand. To me, it's just micromanaging, and I try not to micromanage just because, one, I'm too busy, and two, I just look at it you put the people in place that can do the job, and you just train and trust that they can do it, and then they're good. Especially, I'm not going to tell an attorney or a home inspector or a lender how to do their job. I'm going to trust them. Hopefully they trust me on my end. Just let me do my side of the deal, making sure I can kind of hold up my end of the bargain to make sure we can get to the closing table. I think that's good. And especially your other career right now, you're probably very big on that with the updates, I'd assume, because you're still in client service business.
Oh, big on, yeah. So follow up is my strong suit right now. Although sometimes I do struggle just with balancing my schedule because I'm doing so much stuff right now. And on tomorrow I'm getting nominated onto the zoning board. So
you are?
Yeah,
did you get that?
The mayor said he's going to nominate me, and I assume that's it. I honestly don't know. We'll find out when I go in.
Did you have to go the other day to the meeting?
No, because I just met with the mayor yesterday, or Monday, Monday. But anyway, so I'm getting on the zoning board too. But so I don't have a whole lot of time, and I found that I'm getting a little forgetful.
How come you wanted to be on the zoning board?
I thought. I
don't think I've ever asked you
this.
No
one believes me when I say this, but I thought it would be interesting. And I mean, it never crossed my mind until Meg got on it, and there was an open spot, and she messaged me. She's like, "Hey, you want to be on the zoning board?" And I was like, "That'd be cool."
It sounds like a Meg,
totally.
like just straight to the chase.
Yeah,
you want to be on it?
Yeah,
sure. I guess.
But I figured, I like this area, and I want it to grow and improve, and I think that the zoning board is the keystone to that. I mean, you can't make any kind of changes really to the area without the zoning board being involved, and I think it's cool. Yeah.
Well, if nothing else, it's a good learning experience for you.
That's what I told when I met with Joe McMahon, and he was like, this is not going to be interesting. And I know it's not going to be exciting, and people will probably be mad at me for not, for political things. But at the end of the day, I just want to go in and make this city better. And that's. So.
Do an Ellie small part. Local matters.
Yeah, local matters. Hashtag.
Actually, shout out to Meg. She helped me with that shelf, and it looks
dope.
Looks dope. Hannah, what's it look? Fire.
Looks fire.
Yeah.
Meg's the best. I like her.
1, 2, 3, 4. I had 5 people compliment it today. So 5 people saw this today, and all of them said it was like took their breath away. And then what did everybody say? Who made that? Who did that? Did you buy it? I think you all were like,
Hannah didn't believe you. Oh, no, Courtney.
I'm like, who? No, you didn't. I'm like, I did. No, but really, I'm like, no, I actually did. I did. I mean, I found the design I wanted, and I followed like, it's almost like following a recipe book. Mm-hmm. Like they had it kind of laid out. So it wasn't like I didn't like completely come up with it. I'm definitely not that level, but I did all the measuring, and I did all the assembly, and I did all the prep work with the boards and spray paint and everything else. And it looks cool. To be honest, my office was very bare looking, and now it's just added a little bit of like substance to the office.
It's quirky.
But it's quirky and it's functional.
Yeah.
Because now I can store stuff, because that's the one thing I lack. So anybody that's in my office, there's a lot of boxes on the floor that are slowly going to be filtered through and then put up there. Remember when we first came and we were assembling everything, and like what a disaster this was?
Yeah.
And it doesn't look much better.
No,
but it's getting like, to me it feels like I'm getting there.
It's a homey mess instead of a just moved alien
but
mess.
you know what the real thing is though? Nobody who comes in my office besides people that work here or my friends or like people on the podcast, and I don't care.
Have you ever had a client in here?
No, never.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, yeah, they wouldn't be a client after. This is how you
Ellie,
live.
Ellie. No, it's not that. It's really not that bad, folks. Like I wish Hannah might be able to like loop around at the board.
It's not dirty. It's just messy, and there's a difference.
It's controlled chaos.
Yes,
it's
kind of.
Well, it's not like once all the stuff off the couch goes up there, once all this stuff gets sorted, I'm going to put some shelving there, and that gets all like. If this is all gone, and I finally get a big boy desk, it's going to look really cool, and I'm going to actually build a new bookshelf because that one no longer really fits. And I'm going to make it smaller.
Make it the same stain. Or do you mean fit like
I'm going to stain it the same so it matches. But I'm going to probably put it either right under the boards or at an angle, like where that is, but lower, and then extend it to the wall.
So are you going to keep that bookshelf, or are you going to put the book somewhere else?
Put the book on the new bookshelf. Books on the new bookshelf.
Are you going to just do a bookshelf the same length but underneath it? Basically like more shelving.
That would be cool, but I don't know if I'll have the space for it. Or if I want to. I kind of like the idea that it's up like that and there's nothing under. But again, I want to make it functional, so maybe I will.
Do you need another shelf though? If you have shelving in there and
you
put all those, you won't need it?
Well, the books aren't going to go up on that rack. They were going to be on a bookshelf, which I was going to build the bookshelf lower all the way and then stack all the books there, so that basically that top shelf right there is going to go down. Like take off the top shelf, it's going to be like just below that. and it's going to extend out, which will be about the same amount of shelf space, just different diameter and different dimensions. But it will look cool. And I'm thinking about putting shelves up above the whiteboards, which is also going to be, it'll be high, but it'll allow me to put like the boxes up there, stuff that I know I don't necessarily have to get to all the time.
You could also put decorative stuff up there and pointing at the window. It's a full shelf.
Yeah.
You could put pretty stuff up there, like dead plants. And
I was going to say, Ellie, you saw my plant. That's probably not going to happen. But
your collection of
I'm looking
bottles.
at trying to get this like a very functional office, meaning I can come in here and it's got everything I need. And there's just like a bunch of stuff, and it has space, and it's like stuff's off the ground. This table is going to be shifted over once it's all said and done. All this stuff's going to be gone, so this will be slid over, so there'll be more space here, which will be cool. And because I don't think I'm ever really going to have a fourth chair for here. Even though there's 4 mics, I can always just grab a chair.
You have to perch on the table like an owl.
Or they can do that. Woo, woo. All right. So I think that's it. I just wanted to just brag about my craftsmanship.
That no one can see.
Nobody can see.
You have to take a video and put it on YouTube.
We'll take a picture and we'll.
Once it's done.
Yeah, this is the problem.
Like, not now.
So then I just threw stuff up, and everybody's like, "The shelves look so good, but why do you have all that stuff?" I'm like, "Okay, guys, you guys can decorate however you want. I just wanted the shelf for some storage, and then I have my top shelf." Sorry, you guys can't see. But,
it's Grey Goose.
Oh, thanks, Ellie. Just ruin the. I was gonna let their minds wander. Okay, so anything else you want to talk about?
No.
We good ending there.
Office quote.
I was gonna say office quote.
You first.
This is where I gotta like really start prepping, because we always get here and I like watch The Office during the week, not all the time, but like it'll be on the background noise. So I usually go with the last episode I saw, and I just do something from that episode.
Do you want to do office trivia? I have one for you.
Give me office trivia. Sorry, because maybe I'll come with a quote by the end of the office trivia.
What is Pam's favorite yogurt?
Chobani?
Mixed berry.
But from Chobani.
No.
That's the Chobani was the.
It's not. It wasn't a Chobani. They're the tall ones, the Yoplait ones.
When'd she say that?
Do you even like the
When'd
Office?
she say that? When they did the Office Olympics.
Yeah.
Those were Chobanis.
Those were not Chobanis. Those were tiny Yoplait lids. Have you seen Pam eating a yogurt? Do you even know? Do you know who Pam is?
Pam's the Indian lady in the annex, right?
Diwali.
Diwali. Yeah, no, God, I'm bad. No, I did not know that. Is it really mixed berry? Did she say that?
Yeah, because no, Jim actually said it. He knows what her favorite. And then Pam goes, "He said that? God, he's really got me."
Oh, office trivia question.
Huh.
What and how many of an item did Jim and Pam buy when Kevin found out they may or may not have cancer?
69 cup of noodles. That's not even a hard question.
Damn it. All right, what's your quote? Ellie just threw me in the mud and smashed my face down into it and just like stomped.
All right, I'm just gonna preface this with I'm gonna swear. I'm the fucking Lizard King. Robert California said that. When Andy tried to mess with him.
You know what's funny is like they didn't swear at all on the show until like that point. And I remember that happened. I was like, all right.
I love his
It must have been switched to like a 9:30
so
time slot.
Weird.
Okay. Least favorite Office character of all time. Who's your least favorite? There's some I hate, but least favorite.
I don't know if I hate.
Robert California was not one of my favorites, but it definitely wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my least favorite.
I liked him, but it was when he went, it was time for him to go. It was
bad.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a least favorite, like of relatively like more than
relatively
one appearance.
active, not
Nellie.
like
I don't like Nellie. She's annoying and kind of gross.
Okay, Nellie or Jan, they're both bad.
But Jan is like comical. I thought Nellie was just annoying. I didn't like her. I didn't think she was funny.
True.
She was British.
My least favorite is Gabe.
I love Gabe.
I can't stand Gabe. Can't stand him.
I got it for you.
He's just like
I've been wearing your sweater.
He looks like
Gabe, that's disgusting.
He looks like he should work in a funeral home or something. Like he just was like.
Frankenstein?
No, you
like all songs?
Wait, do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, Gabe.
Yeah.
He's like the skeleton. He's like really tall and thin and.
He dated the redhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Kelly gives him a hug and she goes, ew. And he's like, okay, you didn't have to say that.
What's Erin's real name? Not the actress,
Kelly.
but yeah, her name's Kelly Erin.
Yeah.
Because I did actually just watch that when Charles was like, Kelly, come in here, and she's like, yes, Charles. No, I met that Kelly.
You know my middle name is Ramaganda, and I hate it.
Ramaganda. Oh,
I don't know
God.
if that's right.
I think you're right. It's something weird like that. Okay. All right, enough of that. We're done. This is it. Episode 35. See you next week, folks.